One of my questions, uh, I'd like to talk a little bit about your international travel and working with different cultures. Starting off, I'm wondering, have you guys been to the Music Museum in Scottsdale, Arizona, by any chance?
Oh no, I've heard about it, but I haven't got to go yet.
Spectacular. You have to go. It's awesome. It's awesome, and it's like every setup has every there's like little exhibits. You're walking around with headphones, clearly, so you don't interrupt other
Yeah.
people. But every exhibit is from another country, and they show like the music from each of those countries.
Oh,
It,
that sounds so cool.
it's amazing. It's amazing. Um, but that kind of dovetails into you get a rush out of working internationally with international artists. And what do you think it is about that experience that gives you so much energy and excitement to be part of?
Um, well, the thing about it is that because every culture, like be it Turkey or Thailand or Spain, or there's certain things that are fundamental about their culture that are totally different from ours, and, and that kind of translates into how they make records, and so and so when I get invited to go there, then I make do recordings a certain way, and to them it's like they've never quite done it like that, and generally they go, "Oh my gosh, that works so cool," and but then I need to adapt a little bit because of their culture, and so it's really fun to go to bring like, okay, here's my recording method, and then have to adapt it a little bit to how they work, and it's like there's a certain, I don't know, I could do that. I got to find some, you know, new continents to go to. Like I've never been in Australia or Africa, or like I, like I've been going to Asian countries lately. I've been to um, Thailand a bunch of times recently, and I really like the spirit of Thai people. And there's some great studios there. Like when I first went to Bangkok about 3 years ago, I heard about a studio, and I walked into it, and I went, "Oh my gosh, I know who made this studio." And it was a friend of mine built it,
Wow.
and his name is Jay Kaufman. And when I worked at Oceanway a long time ago, Jay was the studio manager, and so I know Jay's work. And I said, I know who, and so I was immediately comfortable there. And then I met some different Thai musicians and producers and artists, and we hit it off and started doing stuff. And so I've had that experience in a few different countries and totally different cultures, and it's always different, and it's always been fun.
Yeah, that sounds great. I love traveling and seeing. I mean, doing a normal thing in a different location can be an entirely new
So
experience.
it like makes something, it makes the process fresh again.
Mhm.
and, and like like I've been in, like one country I was in, they hired me to do all the tracking for their project, and I don't know how many songs it was. Maybe it was 5 songs, and we had like 3 days of it. And so, I got there early and got the drum set up, and the drummer came in, and we got that going, and everybody got playing, and so at the end of the first day, we had all the songs done, and they went, "Wait a minute, they're all done." I said, "Yeah, but we have 2 more days booked.
That's
let's do,
nice.
let's do let's do something else then." But I mean, they just weren't used to, like, because I'm fast and
That's so cool.
things the other fast, and they kind of were all like dumbfounded, like, wait, we're finished.
Attached to that, you actually gave me a piece of advice that I never forgot about there was a music studio in, I believe it was in Italy, that wanted to work with you. And uh, I said, "Oh, so did you just go out there and you met with them?" And you go, "No, no. I waited for them to pay to fly me out there and put me up in the hotel."
It's
And I'm like,
always nice.
oh, I would have just flew there just to go to Italy. If I had the money. You go, no, you don't do that, because if you do that, the client isn't going to respect your time. And that you need to make sure that if you're going to engage with a client, that you should make sure that they're also respecting your time. So that way, if they fly you there, okay, now they're going to use that time wisely and respect your time when you're there. So I never forgot that piece of advice. I think that's brilliant for people who are freelancers or trying to make it in any industry, actually, because we're so eager just for somebody to show us interest, but actually that interest could actually put you behind, right? Rather than make sure that it's sincere, the interests of others, because it's always easy for them to say, oh yeah, come on over, we'll be happy to talk to you. So
Yeah, that's so true. I was just telling my sister that, just in business in general. I was telling her it's hard to describe, but you have to do tests with people. And so sometimes if someone wants to do this collaboration, we do a lot of collaborations, and but it's hard to tell how serious people are. So it's a good test to like get it to a certain point and then say, okay, like I think the next thing is for you to do this. And some tasks it's going to take them multiple hours, like a serious thing. If they do it, then they're serious. It's kind of like forcing them to put skin in the game.
Yeah, because like generally when people put up their money behind something, then they're serious, and then they want to stay on top of it because they've like flown you there, and so they're going to meet you at the airport and make sure you have what you need so that this thing can continue. But if you just show up, it depends on them, but they might go, okay, well, we'll get to that next week, and like not be as on top of it.
It's counterintuitive, like so many things with human nature. If you're nice, you get walked all over.
yeah.
I have one technical one too. I was curious about. I've been asking different people about this, but spatial audio. So these, binaural microphones and ambisonic microphones. Not necessarily even that on a technical level, but I'm just curious if you have kind of a philosophy or how much you think about space, like actual positions, like coordinates in space when you're creating a mix. Do you think about that and try to like place different things within this audio scene, or do you not think about it like that and you're just going more towards this overall sound?
Well, I think about space a lot, like about, like should it be present or should it be in the background or more felt? And in terms of like special devices to create a sonic space, I'm interested to hear those, but generally I do that same thing with like, panning and ambience and delays and stuff. So I tend to want to do it myself. I tend to want to create it myself, but it's kind of like they have this plugin that's like a vocal writer. And
Yeah.
I can never make myself use that because I want to ride the vocal, because that creates a lot of the emotion. That's how the emotion comes across of the artist or of the guitar solo. And if a machine does it, like I've never used one, but I imagine it would be close, but it's not going to be exactly what I would do. And then I end up like chasing it and undoing it and spending time on the technicalities of, well, should it be 50% or 40%? Well, you miss that. And then you get all technical about how the device is working, other than it's different than I hear it and I respond to it and I make it come together how I want.
That's fascinating. Yeah, I can totally understand that, because it's interesting. Some things, you want automated, but then some are the exact opposite. And if you think about it, what is the best thing for human talent to do? Well, yeah, ride the vocal, because that is, the performance. That's really like an instrument that you're playing. So it's kind of the one thing that shouldn't be automated, shouldn't be done.
If it works for you, you should do it. But it's just my brain. I can't let that happen. Who knows? It might surprise me one day. I might, somebody will have one and I'll turn it on and I'll go, all right, I've been missing out, but I don't think so. But it
probably take a while.
But I am curious about these, binaural recording methods and that kind of stuff. Like if I was to get a song to mix, like, because I've gotten concerts to mix and there's no room mics. So you have to manufacture with effects and it's hard to do. So maybe some kind of a plug-in with, you know, that artificially creates ambience, you know, creates, you know, spatial activity or something might be a good way to go.
Yeah, it's a fascinating thing because I think about audio. I mean, I spend all day listening to stuff. I think I think about audio more like you were describing, where I have a sense of space, whether things are close or far, and you know, there's all these things happening. But I don't think of it as a one-to-one kind of physical metaphor of like, oh, the guitar is here, like, oh, this is here or something. It's more abstract. But talking to a lot of artists, engineers, mixing, mastering guys, some of them really are describing it like, oh, you're in a room, like here's the drums, here's the guitar. So I don't know, it's a fascinating mental model, and I'm trying to see sort of what the consensus is. So it's great to have your perspective on it.